Hello, Disney nerds. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for joining. I see we are live on YouTube. Waiting for the notification for Facebook. Oh, yep, there we go. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for joining. Come on in. If you're here already, please take the time to share the show. As usual, tonight I have my partner in crime, Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Good evening.
What's happening? How are you?
I am fantastic. How we doing, Christine?
Hey, Christine. How are you? Thanks for joining. Hello, Maria. We're going to take a few minutes. Hello, Bill. We're going to take a few minutes and share the show out. If you would, please do the same. We got a fun topic tonight. Hello, Bradley. Thanks for joining, Margie. Hello, Brandon. What's up, Blaze? How you doing, buddy? So thank you for sharing, Maria.
I appreciate that.
Hey, Scott, Tina.
Right.
Thanks for sharing, Bill.
I am going to throw this in there and get some audio going so that we're not listening to dead silence. Sorry about that, everybody.
It's okay. Thanks again for sharing, Bill. If you guys all could just share, if you're in any Disney groups, please share. But also share to your personal pages. The Arrow finale is on. Is that Disney? That's not Disney.
No.
DC.
DC. It's DC. All right. Let me share with these groups and then we'll be ready to rock.
Yeah, we should be good to go here in just a second. What's up, Adi? What's up, Kim? Kim is done. She says she's done meal prepping. Me and Kim's on a diet.
Fantastic.
Started a diet yesterday.
I start one tomorrow.
Do you really?
Yes. And I'll tell you tomorrow that I'm starting it tomorrow.
I'm angry already.
I haven't even gotten there yet.
No, I'm mad already.
That's fantastic.
So guys, thanks for joining. Tonight we got a great topic. Top 10. Me and Lisa fought and battled and we beat each other over the heads a little bit to come up with our top 10 watering holes in Walt Disney World. So that's what we're going to be doing here just shortly. Thank you guys all for joining. So we're going to get started here in just a second once Lisa's done sharing.
I am done sharing. Let's go.
I tell you what, while we're waiting, while we're about to get started, while we're doing this, why don't everybody just throw out what your number one adult watering hole, so a place to get an adult beverage in Walt Disney World is.
Get your licks in now.
So your number one, I want to see everybody's comments.
I'm going to write them down. Let's see whether or not you're in for the long haul.
Oh, we missed one, I think.
Well, we're gonna miss a lot.
Yeah,
Here's the topic is that there's a lot.
One was high on my list. We passed it over and I didn't go back to it.
Failure.
Raglan Road.
Oh, the Edison, very nice.
Oh, the Edison's a good one. Tambu Lounge, Brandon, Christine, Edison.
The jelly rolls coming in there.
Sarah, I've heard good things about.
Oh, I don't understand how that did not make my list. I am a huge.
You love that place. Yeah, is that Geyser Point? Yes. Thirsty River at Animal Kingdom. Brandy comes in with jelly rolls. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, buddy? Maria made me think of Raglan Road, which missed my list, but it should be on the list because it's a great bar.
Yes.
Scott says Trader Sam's. Brian says anywhere they serve alcohol.
Brian for the win.
Yes. So that's the one thing they all have in common. Jeffrey says he can't hear Lisa. Can people let me know if they can hear Lisa?
Yes, please let me know. It's entirely possible I'm all jacked up.
The Boathouse, that's a good one. I had drinks there last week while I was in town. We got to sit out at a table. Bradley Crawford said Geyser Point. Kim says she likes them all. That's what makes it tough. All right. Bill said you were a little soft, but you did adjust a little bit since then.
Yep, I just turned myself up, so I actually just checked it out myself.
Yeah, you should be good.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. All right. So, me and Lisa's list, the top 10 watering holes in Walt Disney World. Ready? Number 10, the Wave.
So
The wave holds a special place in my heart
does it?
because that's where I spent a night really conversating with you and Angela and me and Kim. And that's where kind of our friendship started, was in the Wave.
I was just telling somebody very recently that the Wave is one of those places that for certain first of all, that bar is huge, right? It's long, it's very big.
Big place. A lot of little cubbies on the
Yep.
outside.
Great like couches and great places for people that aren't of drinking age. Poor Caitlin that night. The people that aren't of drinking age that can hang out. So
I think Caitlin enjoyed it. Last year when me and Kim stayed at Bay Lake Tower, we spent some time in the Wave and Caitlin with us because it was just me, Kim, and Caitlin. So she enjoyed it. She got food. She got catered to because she was the only kid on vacation with us. Number 9, the face licking capital of the world.
Oh my God! Now you say that, and we have to tell that ridiculous.
So number 9, I'll let Lisa throw it up, is the Bellevue Lounge at the Boardwalk.
So this is the Boardwalk Inn. It's upstairs. It's got a balcony. If you catch it just right, you can overlook some of the fireworks going on at Hollywood Studios. It overlooks the boardwalk. You can see the hustle and bustle. But if you want something a little bit quieter, you can go inside. It's like a library. It's a great setup.
It's a small place. I enjoy it because it is quaint. The bar is tiny. There's one person there. I think that's actually where they serve breakfast in the morning or something too there.
Yeah, I think they do. Yep.
Like a continental breakfast or something there in the morning or something. They do something there in the morning. We actually, the first year we went with the Disney Nerds podcast, we did a tour of the boardwalk, which I don't think they do anymore, and that's where we met. And I didn't realize that was the bar. So that was really great. And face licking. So I'll let you tell that story.
So it just so happened that myself and Angela and Kim and Jimmy were at this bar, and Angela and I had just stayed at the resort for our honeymoon, I believe, and we really liked it. So we said, you got to come and check this place out and see how great it is. So we were sitting on the couch and we were talking and having fun, and this very awkward young couple sat across from us, and PDA, they were not short of the PDA, and their poor friend that was egregiously the third wheel in the situation got up and went to the bar. And while he was up at the bar, the three of us were sitting there, and we totally watched the girl lick the guy's face from pretty much here to here.
It was very odd.
We just got up and walked out. We just got up and walked away.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
What's up, Chris Hiller?
It was certainly.
It was odd. It was so bizarre.
Are no words.
Yeah, I just remember me and Angela looking at each other like, "What the? Like, is this like what's going on right now?"
So somebody said it. I'm just gonna throw this up there, but yeah, that to me was one of those moments that I was like, "Oh my Lord."
Hey, Aaron Slavic, how are you, buddy?
All right, cool.
Yes, huge shout out to Chris Hiller.
Oh yes. Big news coming out of the Hiller family.
Yeah, gonna be adopting a baby. God bless that child. I'm sure he'll be in good hands with Stephanie.
Stephanie is a fantastic thick
Yeah,
human being
yes,
and has to compensate for Chris somehow.
I'm sure the baby will be fine with Stephanie. I have no doubt.
Oh, phenomenal.
Uh, all right, number 8.
Number 8.
Somebody mentioned it. I think it was Maria mentioned it just a little bit ago. The abracadabra. You
Um,
know, they don't have the best beer selection at Abracadabra, and every time I go there, I end up drinking a dry cider on draft,
yep.
which I really like there. By the way, it's fantastic. So I'm not complaining necessarily, but if you know, I don't like I don't like all kind of beers, but there's nothing there for me that I really enjoyed. They do really good mixed drinks.
So what they do very good mixed drinks. I will tell you that uh, one of the things I really like about that place is probably something I have enjoyed recently while it's not open, and that is reading every square inch of what I can read on the walls in that place. There is some really cool little trinkets of trivia. They're really cool. The backstory there is phenomenal. But you got to stop and read everything.
Yeah, because if you don't know what's going on. Because I've seen people. I've been at the bar, and I've seen people walk up to the bar and ask the bartender to do a magic trick. And the story is the magic's gone. The
Nope,
magicians have all disappeared.
disappeared. Yep,
So they don't know magic. They don't know. I mean, they know that magic, but they'll tell you magic. The magic's gone. It's fantastic.
it is.
Out on the there's a great. As a matter of fact, a year ago we did the live stream from there. Was that in November? We did the live stream from there.
Yes, it was. Yep.
November, we did the live stream from there when I was down for the meetups. We did it from the Abracadabra patio, right on the boardwalk. Um,
And I used to criticize the Abracadabra for its hours, and I think they've improved that.
they have. It seems they have gotten better. At one time, there was a little bit ridiculous where they were closed at like 8 o'clock at night, and it's a bar. Banana Cabana at Caribbean Beach. So number 7.
Here's going to be one that nobody has mentioned that I'm going to throw it out there. This is kind of a new, old hidden gem.
It's definitely much nicer than it used to be. And when we went, I went with you. It was God, I don't remember who it was. Me, you, Angela, Kim, Ed, and Sam.
Yes. Yep.
And that's the first time I've been there since they had it. Since they refurbished it, and it's a great space. Now the night we were there, they did not have any live entertainment. But I still thought the place was cool. I would imagine when there's live entertainment, it takes it to a different level to make it even nicer.
So Scat Cats is a newly remodeled area in the French Quarter Resort. So Scat Cats has always existed. It used to be out in the front, pretty much right up against the main lobby. So when you were going into the food court, you'd kind of walk into the lobby, and to the left there would be, a bar out front where people with, they would play, music, and there was a bar right there. And then you'd go off to the right and go into Sasagula Factory for your dinner. Now, they've opened up this back area that really was just a storage facility, just housed all kinds of junk back there. They opened that up. So now there's an actual like nightclub bar. They do table service. They'll do alcoholic beignets if you want them. They do specialty drinks, and they do have entertainment. They've got a stage back there. And the lighting is beautiful. It really is. They've done a really good job with that area. and then converted what was Scat Cats into like a beignet bar.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's the lighting in there is really good. It's just it's a good vibe. It definitely is. Look at Dottie popping up on YouTube.
I like it. I like it.
Uh, number 6.
All right.
Mike just brought it up. Actually, Adi just brought it up, and Heather just brought it up. Hey, Mike, what's happening, brother? Thank you for joining. Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. The theme of this place is amazing. For those of you that do not know, uh, Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar is themed after Jock Lindsay, who's the pilot in the first Indiana Jones. He literally has like 35 seconds of screen time. And we know he's a pilot. We know he's kind of a laid back guy. He's got a pet snake named Reggie.
Snakes.
Why did it have to be
Why
snakes?
does it have to be snakes?
So as soon as the movie starts, that's where you see Indiana Jones running jobs in the river. Jock is like fishing from the pontoon on the plane. And when he gets in, when Indiana Jones gets in, he finds Reggie in the back seat and throws him out the plane. So the signature drink there is called the Reggie's Revenge. So it's themed to, it's got an aviation theme. It's really cool. It's got a lot of cool stuff in there, a lot of gadgets and stuff that you can see Jock has been working on. So I highly recommend Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. It's one of the cooler places in Disney Springs.
It is one of the better themed uh, lounges on property, and when you don't necessarily need to have to, go all the way into property. You can go right to Disney Springs and experience some of the great ones there.
Yeah, we left a couple of them out, like the Edison and Raglan Road, which are two greatly themed, wonderful places. Yeah, so there's a lot of great ones.
And just like that, we get to number 5 on our list, and this is another one that all I've done is see this one pop up over and over and over again. So they must be doing something right.
Tambu Lounge. I've seen Lisa double fist Lapu Lapus in the Tambu Lounge. Tambu Lounge is a great bar. Great drinks. I am partial to the habanero lime margarita. It is truly fantastic. What is the Lapu your favorite drink there?
The Lapu is my favorite drink there. I have a funny story about the back scratcher. There was a couple years ago, my mother, we went off to Disney, and my mother had said, maybe you can find me while you're there a back scratcher. And I said, okay. She goes, well, I live alone and I need to be able to scratch my back, and you don't know how hard it is, and you can't scratch your own back. And
you brought the cheap Oriental Trading back scratcher from the drink.
So somebody walked by one night. We were at Tambu, and I went, a back scratcher.
Mom told me to get a back scratcher.
I'm gonna get a back scratcher. So that's exactly what I did. I got a back scratcher.
Yes, Brandy, Tambu is the bar right outside of Ohana.
So one of the cool things, I was just talking to Maria about this the other night. One of the cool things about going to Tambu, and Angela and I did this a couple months ago, is that you can go there and pretty much order a close facsimile of dinner at Ohana. So I got skewered shrimp and pork and steak and chicken. I got the noodles. I got the bread pudding, and I got pot stickers. And we split it, and it was very inexpensive compared to what Ohana is, and it was very delightful.
Nice. Brandon's apparently a fan of Tambu. I think Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but Polynesian is your home DVC resort. Is that correct?
It's certainly his favorite if it's not his home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Jim says Nomad Lounge is his favorite. Best drink, the Tempting Tigress.
Huh. Yeah. I would recommend it, Maria. Yeah, you can order Ohana's food there.
Yes. All right.
Now we get into number
Number 4
on our list. And
fight with Lisa with this a little bit.
Huh?
I had to fight with you a little bit on this one.
You did. That's okay.
The River Roost Lounge at Port Orleans Riverside. I am a Yeehaw Bob fan. I am a Abita beer fan, which is if it's a New Orleans themed resort and bar. And Abita beer is one of our local breweries, probably one of the I would say certainly the oldest craft brewery around in the New Orleans area. So there's a flight that you can get there that has Abita Turbo Dog, Abita Amber, and Purple Haze. I've introduced many of the podcast people who are not from New Orleans to Purple Haze. Adi has Purple Haze when he comes over to watch the LSU games often because I usually buy some Purple Haze for the fridge for the games. I agree, Brad. It's definitely Bob's there. I think it's a good bar either way. But I enjoy going watch Bob.
Yeah, and for me, you know what? I think when I wasn't going quite as often, I think Bob was a treat. I think once I started going multiple times a year, and if I popped in more than once a year, I really kind of had a hard time with the same set over and over and over again. And that was my challenge with the River Roost. Although I do love the Hurricanes. They're really
And I don't go to River Roost every trip. I haven't gone probably in over a year.
Yeah.
So I could see that though. I could see how you could burn yourself out on it if you went often. Look, I've sent people for the first time and they didn't like it because they just didn't get that type of the humor and the.
It's tough. You know what? I think if you are, I mean, one of my downfalls or pitfalls is that I'm not a huge fan of live music. So I'm a really bizarre human like that. I don't like and I think he's very entertaining, but I don't like that, which is kind of why I have a problem with the next one too. But I get the entertainment value for both.
And I love live music. I love live music.
If I have friends that are coming to Disney and they like live music, they're into musicals or have that type of musical background, then I'll absolutely send them to the River Roost. I think it's the right move for them. I think it's something that they'll enjoy. But if they're not fans of live music, or I think that might be on the fence, and that's not something that I would necessarily send them to, more than once for certain.
And I think the other part of it is not just the live music, but it's the sing along factor too. Bob does a lot of sing along type songs and gets engagement from the audience. So that's another component to me. And I'm not one to get too engaged. Well, I guess it depends on how many drinks I have. But I'm a little slow getting engaged in it when and earlier in the night than I am. And I think everybody is. Everybody's the later you get. If you really want to go see Bob, go to the last set. The last set is definitely more fun than the first set.
The last set is designed for adults.
Yeah, it's a little more. It's not. I don't want to say it's not kid friendly because it is kid friendly, but he does cater a little more to the adults in the crowd because he's playing from 11 to 12 at that point. But everybody in the room's a little more relaxed because everybody's had a few drinks in them, so it's a little different. The atmosphere is just a little bit different. Joe Diebold says, "Just give me a Red Stag lemonade from the U.S. Pavilion. I'm good to go." Joe, I can't wait until they finish the Regal Eagle there.
It's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be a barbecue and craft beer place. I'm sure they'll have some mixed drinks too. It's gonna be wonderful. I snapped some pictures behind a hedge, and
Sorry.
it's coming around. It's coming along. So I got some pictures. You can see. I mean, you can walk up. There's a wall, but then there's like one of those like troughs with the hedges in it, so you can kind of peek through and see the progress they're making, and it's coming along. I'm very excited. So the next time I go, which will probably be now in June, it should be open, I think.
Yes, it should be.
Number 3,
Number 3.
jelly rolls.
Here's my piece about jelly rolls.
Oh God.
Jelly rolls is phenomenal. Get there early. That's my
Um,
get there early.
I would say get there early or get there late if you want to sit.
They don't repeat songs,
Oh, that's true.
so get there early.
Yeah, get there early, get your seat and stay.
Yep, get there early. And I think Jelly Rolls is great. You know, dueling pianos, entertainment, live music. Yes, I guess I know. And a sing along, just like the Yeehaw Bob thing. But the catch with this versus Yeehaw Bob is I find this is different. This varies depending upon what the requests are.
I would say to some degree. I bet the requests are pretty close every night, and there's going to be some degree, but Rainbow Connection, I guarantee, is played every night in Jelly.
I'm certain. And Small World, I'm certain.
Yeah. Now they squeeze a lot more songs in, and you're there probably for longer. Yeah, Brandy, my mom. The reason we went to Jelly Rolls last time, which was in November, was because my mom got there on the Thursday, and that's where her and my nanny went and needed the Yachtsman, and my mom said the one thing I want to do this trip, and I'm only there for a short period of time, is go to Jelly Rolls. So I said, okay, let's go to Jelly Rolls. So we made it a thing with everybody in our little group, and we all kind of went over to Jelly Rolls, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim, if you've never been, it's a lot. It's a lot of fun. Now you have to plan it right because it's $15 to get in. There's a $15 cover to get in Jelly Rolls. But if you're going to stay there for any amount of time, it's $15 is not that big of a deal.
Right.
But you don't want to just try and go there to catch a few songs. It's not worth it. So you gotta plan it to make a night of it. And I think Jelly Rolls is open till 2, isn't it?
Yes, it's open as long as it's busy, I think, is one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Up until 2 when they have to shut it down. But most places out there close at midnight. So Jelly Rolls and I think Atlantic Dance Hall stay open a little later. A lot of fun. Number 2.
Hey,
Rose and
Crown.
Crown.
It's right where you are. Turn around.
Hey, Carl, give me a beer. Carl combo, please.
A couple of really cool things about this place, Jimmy. Go there during the day, and what can you find?
You can find 2 things. You can find Carl.
That's correct.
Who makes the Carl's combo, which is a great beer. And Carl's been there at the Rose and Crown since 1982, when it opened. And then also during the day, you can find Miss Carol Stein, the piano lady, which is fantastic. If you go to the Rose and Crown, now the only tough thing about the Rose and Crown is if you go like on a Saturday for food and wine, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to have to get in, get out, get a drink and get out because there's so many people in there. But if you go during the summer or when the festival is not going on and you pop in there at noon, go grab you some fish and chips from the cart. Maria, I could spend a day in there. Me and Ian and Sam did a walk around. If you listen to the latest episode of the Disney Nerds podcast audio show, is a Festival of the Arts walk around that me, Sam, and my friend Ian did. And we ended at the Rose and Crown. And when we ended, we went and sat down and got a table. We were lucky enough to get a table.
So if you're able to catch it at that point and you're able to sit down and and enjoy that. Like that is where Rose and Crown really shines. And I've never had that experience, but it's still on the tops of my list of watering holes at Walt Disney World.
Well, I think it gets bonus points because me and you talked about this. It's in a park, so a lot of the places we're talking about are in resorts. Oh, thank you. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time doing it. So those are a lot of fun. We got to talk to a couple great artists during that walk around. So go check out the Disney Nerds podcast, the audio show on iTunes or Google Play Music or Stitcher or TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, and give that a listen. It's pretty awesome. Wilderness Lodge, which I did fail to visit. Look, nobody told you to move to Wilderness Lodge. I expected you to be at Hollywood Studios where you're supposed to be.
You know what, Terry? I'll swing by. I'll swing by soon.
What's the bar there?
Oh, Wilderness Lodge has the Geyser Point.
Geyser Point. You need to stay there eventually.
Oh, it's fantastic. And probably soon, within the next year, I'll book just one night there.
Maria said it was pouring. I mean torrential. We were soaked to the bone. We were completely dry when we left. The Rose and Crown. They sat there.
A different climate when they left.
Yeah, they sat there long enough to completely dry off. So Miss Carol, she's a gem. She does not play a lot of times during the festival. She definitely does not play on the weekends during Food and Wine. I know that. Because the crowds are just too ridiculous. Too many people are in and out. Yes, Brandy. Alexa, play the Disney Nerds podcast, and it'll play it. It's awesome. I think it uses TuneIn Radio to do it.
So good. Geyser Point is so good. I can't believe it didn't make my list. I am devastated that I forgot.
That's how I feel about Raglan Road. My original list, Raglan Road was number 2, and it fell off the list completely because I just bypassed it. There's just so many. I bypassed it and never got back to it. In my negotiations. Number 1.
Number 1. Listen. I want to see at least 5 comments of what people think is the number 1 watering hole.
With everything else we said
at Walt Disney.
What do you think me and Lisa
number 1
is going to say?
Comment. I want to see 5 comments. And let's
at
see
least 5 comments before we tell you what it is.
And I will wait patiently or impatiently.
We will wait impatiently.
I will wait impatiently for this. Because there's no way the first 5 people that comment get it wrong.
Bradley and Maria both went with Splitsville, which is awesome because that was my original list, and Lisa made me knock it off.
I mean, cut that.
ESPN was on my original list too, and Lisa made me kick that off.
The number 1 watering hole on Walt Disney World property.
Brandon Humble said Splitsville.
Splitsville.
Maria, Splitsville. Brown Derby patio. That's a good one, I bet. I've never been to Brown Derby patio, but that probably is a good one.
So Brandy's come in. Trader Sam's. I get it. It's Jimmy, but I had to kick him a few times in order to get ESPN and Splitsville down to the. We do have an honorable mention list. They did make the honorable mention list. I would never let them come completely off.
Yeah.
But
Trader Sam's is a lot of fun. I've had quite a few good nights there. My biggest complaint about Trader Sam's is size. Sometimes it's just freaking hard to get a seat in there, man. It's hard to plan to go there because you don't know if you're gonna get a seat or how long you'll have to wait for a seat.
I will tell you, even the outside bar is actually really cool.
Is it really? I've never been to the outside.
I went to the outside bar and it was really good.
Yes, Brandon. Yes. Resist, Brandon. Don't let Lisa hold us down. You
just
know,
I think Trader Sam's is fantastic. No
do you
matter
know the chair trick there
the chair. No, I don't. What is
at
that?
Trader Sam's? It's at the bar and at the big table. You know, there's a big table in the middle with the stool.
Yep.
So we're sitting there, me, Kim, and this is a year ago. Maybe last January. It may have been another. I don't remember exactly, but we were with Ian and Michelle, and we were sitting at the table drinking. And the next thing you know, I'm like, what? So like the table, instead of sitting up at the table's right here on me, without me noticing until I like, what the hell is going on? Why am I so low? So I'm off the seat trying to figure out how to raise the seat. The seats just do that. They just lower you and raise you.
Do they?
And they do that at the bar too, yes. So if you sit there long enough, you'll end up everybody around you, you'll be looking up at everybody like baby Yoda.
I did not know that. That is something I absolutely have to go check out.
It's hilarious. Ian was like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you on the floor?
I do like Cali Grill for certain. Top of the World Lounge was on the list.
I decided to eliminate, and that was my call to eliminate Top of the World, not because I don't love it, but because for all intents and purposes, not everybody has access to Top of the World. So I didn't want to put it in the top 10 and somebody's like, yeah, we need to do that. And you can't go do it.
Raglan Road, it should have been on the list. We missed it. It got lost in the shuffle when we were negotiating.
And look, we got on here, Lisa just getting home from work. So we got on here together like 3 minutes to 8, 3 minutes to 9 your time. And we're trying to, I had my list, she had her list. We're trying to negotiate and figure out what, what our final list is going to be. So it just got missed while we're trying to hurry up and get that done to get on.
Raglan Road is a great time. It is. If you go in the evening hours, they have fantastic entertainment inside or outside. It's a great place to be.
I went to Raglan Road twice this past trip, and it was fantastic, both times. Have you been to the bar on top of the Grand Destino Tower?
That is an honorable mention for me. So the name of that bar is the Dahlia Lounge. Yes, I have. And yes, it was on my list. It ended up with the shuffling around as an honorable mention. That bar overlooks Hollywood Studios. And if you kind of tuck your head around the corner, you can see Epcot. And it is fantastic. So it definitely made my honorable mention list. Kevin,
You were
totally
just there.
remembered the Tune-In Lounge, and I just ate there last
Yeah,
week.
you were just there because I was. We were eating lunch at Mama Melrose, and you sent me a picture of your drink, so
Yep.
I knew you were just there. The boathouse. I've sat at the bar outside on the water is a gem. It's a gem.
Yeah.
We went there with Ian and Michelle one night, and the bar was full. So we walked down the walkway, and we talked to the people, and the people working there because I didn't know. I didn't want to just go presume and sit, and that's where they're sitting. People that are coming in the restaurant. She said, "No, out here it's just open seating." So we just went and sit. And I didn't realize that there was like this spot and all these tables, but it's on a dock. It's like on a floating dock. Like once you sit down, you could feel it moving.
Yeah.
So it was good stuff. It was a lot of fun. So that's definitely an honorable mention too. It's on the expensive side.
So Splitsville for certain made the honorable mention list. You can't not mention a bar where yes you sat at in Alabama got hosted by LSU. You also we call out ESPN, even though you've got really crappy luck at ESPN.
I have terrible luck at ESPN, but I do enjoy it.
That it was on your list. So
Huh?
I was shocked it was on your list.
Well, I won't watch Saints or LSU games there, but I still like the last night we were in Disney, the night you came pick us up.
Yep.
We were leaving Epcot, and a lot of times, especially this past trip, because we stayed off site and we Ubered a lot. Scott, our number one was Trader Sam's Grog Grotto.
That was our one.
So I like ESPN. For one, I think it's a great place if you're leaving Epcot and you're going to your resort. So you go on the boardwalk to catch an Uber to your resort. You can stop at ESPN, sit at the bar, grab a beer, order some food to go. They take tables in Wonderland, and they're fairly inexpensive to as far as Disney standards go.
Almost the same way that I feel about the Big River Brew.
That place is good too. I've never gone and drink there, but we went and eat lunch there, and I thought it was pretty good.
The other honorable mention that we had was where we were last week, Victoria Falls, over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. That place was really nice.
First time I've been there, very very nice place. Very relaxing, except for the loud drums for 15 minutes straight.
Yeah, that stunk.
While we were trying to do a live stream, it probably would not. The drums probably would not have mattered if we were just sitting there having a drink. It only mattered because we were doing a live stream. Bruins.
Yes.
All I know is I'm ready for LSU Tiger baseball. Well, yeah, Brandon Humble. Let's go hit up Alex Box.
I will call out a few things that are kind of little nuggets. We talked about the Tune-In Lounge. I was shocked that did not. I was shocked that didn't catch my eye, especially considering I was just there. Specialty places like Oga's.
Oga's, it's hard to get in, and I guess once it gets easier to get in, I will definitely stop there again just to go see Les, my favorite bartender. Again with Oga's though, not cheap.
And that goes the same for
The Beauty and the Beast place at Grand Floridian.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's an issue. It's like
there are things that I will spend money on, and we went there, and I was like, it's like $25 for a drink, $25 for one drink.
Yeah, it's tough to. As beautiful as it may be, and I hadn't been there yet, but I've heard wonderful things. I can't afford to go spend $20 a drink there to hang out, and that's why I end up at Splitsville or ESPN, where I can go to ESPN and get a pitcher. Nomad, I think, was on the honorable mention.
Yes, I have Nomad on the list here. And certainly one of those places that is a great place to go. And again, another catch is that it's inside a park.
Yeah, that's a bonus when they're inside a park.
It certainly is.
All right. Well, we've gone right about an hour. So do me a favor. Email us your top 10 to Lisa at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com. Everybody that emails us their top 10, we will pick a winner from all the emails to get some Disney Nerds Podcast buttons and a Disney Nerds Podcast vinyl decal for their car. So email us, Lisa at the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com, your top 10 watering holes in Walt Disney World. Thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure to check out our sponsors, DVCResaleMarket.com and KingdomStrollers.com. DVC Resale Market is the leader in resale contracts of DVC. I just bought one there. My friend Ian just bought while we were on vacation. He accepted an offer and signed a contract for DVC points through DVC Resale Market. And then Kingdom Strollers, if you need a stroller while you're down in Walt Disney World, there is no better way to do it than to rent a stroller from Kingdom Strollers. It's much cheaper than Disney. The strollers are much nicer than Disney's, and you get to take it back to your room every night. So thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure to check out the audio podcast, the Disney Nerds Podcast, on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, just about any place podcasts can be found. You can also go to the DisneyNerdsPodcast.com and listen to the podcast there, as well as read all the wonderful blogs that Morgan and the team over there have been putting out on the website. It's fantastic. So go check out the website, www.thedisneynerdspodcast.com. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next Tuesday. Kwaherini.
So long, everybody.